Okay. All right, Rhonda. What's going on?
We're going to be talking about preserving food.
Yay! Don't forget to like,
Follow.
and share. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Did you know there's lots of different ways that you can preserve food?
Okay.
These are just some of them. I'm sure I'm not an expert. Canning, which I've been doing all my life. Freezing, all my life. Dehydration, which my husband does.
Okay.
Freeze dry, which my husband does.
Okay.
And using my food saver to help me do all of this.
Okay.
Typical foods that you think of that you want to have on hand.
Okay.
Meats, because we've had gifts of butchered meat for us, and we always have meat in the freezer.
Okay.
Vegetables from your garden.
Okay.
Fruit, whether you grow your own fruit trees or you just buy it.
Right.
And want it because certain people want, like I used to make my own applesauce.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't freeze that. You would can those, though.
I canned
Okay.
that. Herbs.
Yeah.
Herbs. My
Herb.
husband grows a lot of herbs. So sauces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Want to have on hand. Broth.
Yeah.
My husband has canned a lot of broth. And you can even do soups.
Okay.
Now,
I love soup.
the different ways that you can, not everything can be canned.
Right.
Some things don't turn out
Right.
canned.
Okay.
But I have canned green beans,
Yeah.
kale. My kale turned out great, by the way.
Okay.
Have
good.
you eaten any of it yet?
Oh, yeah. Turned
Oh.
out great.
So it's soft. It's not like stuff.
Right. And the way I did it, because it came into my brain, is I chopped it into strips
Yeah.
and then packed the jar. Packed
Real
it.
hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Full.
Poured the hot water on it. This is the way I did it. I put garlic, dried onions, and salt
Okay.
Okay.
on top. Poured my hot water in, canned it. My
That
husband
turned out-
goes, "This is awesome."
That sounds really good, huh?
Yes. And all you have to do, see, if you do vegetables, canned vegetables, you just have to open the jar and heat it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Takes no time.
Sounds
and
good.
he grew the kale. So
Yes.
I did
yes.
a few
All is
collards
good.
as well. We had cucumbers, so I made sweet relish, dill relish.
Yay.
I made hamburger dills. I
Just
wanted
make
to
me
try
hungry.
those.
I know.
Tomatoes. Had lots of tomatoes
Okay.
this year. I canned just plain diced tomatoes.
Okay.
I like to use that in my chili.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Diced potatoes. Because I like to buy canned potatoes.
I don't like canned potatoes.
Well,
But if they're fresh,
If they're,
these
yeah.
were garden potatoes.
yeah, they're probably better.
Yeah.
And they were starting to go to eyes, so I had to do something with them.
With
I
them so
said,
they
why
don't
can't
go to
I make
waste?
my own diced
Sure,
potatoes?
why not?
So
That
I
works.
bought a handy dandy chopper.
Dicer, whatever you want to call
Oh man, it's so quick.
it. Okay.
Put them in there, put a little salt in there. I looked up how long to can them.
Okay.
It told me. I pressure canned them. And now I have potatoes on the shelf whenever I want them.
Awesome.
Yay.
They're so good. I've even made potato salad with them.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Made salsa,
Oh,
Me.
ketchup, first time this year.
Yummy.
Turned out awesome. You can find anything you want online. I found a recipe for Heinz ketchup.
Okay.
It's a knockoff. I read the recipe. I'm like, this sounds so bad.
turned out great.
Turned out great. My
Yep.
son-in-law is in love.
Fresh
Ketchup.
ketchup is so different. It's ketchup, but
It tastes.
it doesn't taste thinned out. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's thicker
Because it's your
consistency.
recipe.
Is it thick?
No, but it just, you know how sometimes you have the ketchup and it's
Yeah,
watery
right,
like?
yeah.
It's not like that. It's
Right.
good.
Right. My son-in-law ate a whole pint in a week.
Yeah.
My daughter, a week to the day,
You probably drank
said,
it.
"You have a huge fan of your ketchup. It's all gone." I'm
That's
like,
cool.
"What did he eat it?" She goes, "He eats it on everything."
Now, Rhonda has her pickles, Rhonda's pickles. Now she's going to have Rhonda's ketchup.
Tomato paste.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
add extra. You know how if you want to make spaghetti sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you need tomato paste to make
Yep.
spaghetti sauce.
Yep.
So I have the paste so I can make spaghetti sauce.
Very
anytime I
nice.
want to.
Do you enjoy our videos? Well, we love making them for you. But we do like to have a little extra money to be able to bring them to you. So if you would like to contribute to Buy Me a Coffee,
Buy me a coffee.
we can add to our little fund
Yes.
to bring you more great content. So buymecoffee.com, Sassy Silver Sisters. Cheers.
Thank you. Freeze dried. My husband's freeze dried. He's trying. It's new to us. He just got it,
Right.
so he's trying different things.
What can
He-
you freeze dry?
Freeze dried eggs, since we have chickens and we have
That's-
lots of eggs.
Crazy.
So he made powder eggs,
That's neat.
tomatoes,
Oh.
and they just kind of.
It gets all that
Dried up.
air. It gets all the moisture out.
And you know the sweetness of the tomato is still
Still there.
So what can you use that for? You could
You-
also use that to just throw in your chilies, your soups,
Anything that has
Okay.
tomato
Whatever.
in it. Yeah.
whatever. He did cucumbers. He's the regular cucumbers. I'm not sure what he was going to use those for, but now he's making cucumber chips and trying different like toppings, seasonings.
Mhm.
Well, that's kind of neat because it's a healthy
Right.
Yeah.
snack.
He's making cucumber chips, zucchini chips, squash chips,
Right.
and just trying different seasonings.
Yeah.
Like he found a ranch recipe. He got a book with it. So he's got a barbecue recipe, a ranch recipe,
Okay.
and an onion recipe.
Yeah.
They were okay. Oh, and he took some of my hamburger dills
Now,
because he said I didn't put enough dill in.
I
They're
know.
not going to turn out.
But you did.
I thought they tasted good.
Oh,
Opened
there
them
you
up
go.
A little too soon.
Rhonda's gonna have
I
to bring
like them.
samples for us to taste.
But he dried them. They're a little potent dry.
Oh, too strong.
No, but they were okay.
Okay.
What else has he dried? Celery. He grew celery.
Okay.
So he dried that. Now celery, you know, I like celery. I like to eat celery.
But you can put it in
You can put it.
dishes.
You can put it. He cut it into little things.
Right.
So you can throw some of those in your stew. I like
Sure.
it in my stew.
Sure. And soups.
And soups. Celery is
Just
actually
about
really
anything.
good. It adds
Yeah.
a
What
flavor.
do they call it? It's the carrot, celery, and onions. It's called like I don't know what they call it, but it's like the
For everything.
blend for
Yeah.
everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Corn. He's
Yes.
freeze dried some corn, and you know, you just reconstitute it. The book tells you
How
Right.
to do it.
how much you need and how much water you need
Okay.
to make corn.
Where did
So-
you get the freeze dryer?
He got the freeze dryer at Tractor Supply.
Okay.
They were having a sale. Somebody told them they carried them, but they said they're having a sale.
Okay. Cool.
So he said, "Come look at them with me."
Oh, so they have them in the store.
They had them in the store.
Okay.
We bought them in the store.
Okay.
And it came with, they're not cheap, but it came with the freeze dryer, 5 trays, the Mylar bags, 50 Mylar bags and
Uh-huh.
50 oxygen
Whatever.
packets.
Yeah.
So the thing about freezing, you can freeze stuff for a couple of years, depending on how you freeze it.
Right.
You can stuff to last a couple of years.
Yeah.
If you freeze dry,
It
it will last up to
forever.
20 years.
Yeah.
And so the Mylar bags is most optimum for putting your food in. It'll keep the light out because
Yeah.
light can destroy stuff. It'll keep the light out. It came
it
with
seals.
the heat sealer for the Mylar bags
Okay.
With the purchase of the.
with the whole kit and caboodle.
Okay.
So, I mean, you were basically ready to go.
Wow. So y'all can
The
look them
oil.
up. What was the brand?
Harvest Right.
So
They make small, medium, large.
okay.
We bought the medium one. They didn't have a small one. They only have at the
In
store.
the store.
They
But
only
the
have
medium one is
and
about
large.
what y'all need.
But
to
if
do
you
your-
wanted to try it and it
Right.
didn't take up a lot of space,
Right. The small one.
you know, it'd be fun to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
He, of course, you know, he always wants to do the biggest
Yeah,
bags.
but that's
And I'm
okay.
like, we don't need the big one. It was a lot more money.
Yeah.
But
This one is better.
if he decides he really likes doing this, you can always sell that one and he can put the money
Right.
into a bigger one.
Right. But we're two people. So this is the reason. And you know, big companies, they do it on a large scale.
Yeah, but you know, canning and your own produce and your own meats or whatever,
You have
saves
control.
you money.
It saves you money.
Right.
You're in control of what you put in.
Yes.
it.
Right. And if
You
it's
know
coming
what's
from
going
your
in it.
garden,
Yeah, like
you know what's
yours.
in your soil,
Right.
you know
Yeah.
what you've done to
Right.
your plants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't use any pesticides,
Right.
so
Right.
we know it's pesticide
It's all
free.
good. Let's put it that way.
So this is the way. I mean, it used to be everybody had to have a garden because you didn't have these big box stores to go to
True.
buy stuff.
True, but now it's so expensive in the store. It's to
Right.
me, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Other things that you can freeze dry, you can freeze dry a lot of stuff.
Right.
Milk, powdered. You can make powdered milk, and like I said, if something should happen to the milk supply,
That would be interesting because would
You
it
know-
taste the same?
I have used powdered milk when I was out of creamer
It doesn't
in my
taste-
coffee.
Yeah, but you know, powdered milk is not good
Your powdered milk,
if you're
or-
drinking it.
Well, no, but I would use powdered
But
milk.
powdered milk
for
is good
cooking.
for cooking.
No, it is good for cooking, baking, and stuff
Right.
like that.
If you're going to, you need a little bit of milk for a recipe. I mean, you can do the ratio or whatever they say to do it,
Right.
and then put it in your recipe.
Right.
And it's fine. I've used it when I always have a little bit of powdered milk. When I run out of creamer,
Right. Yeah.
And my
I used to
coffee.
buy
I
powdered
cannot drink coffee without
milk, a creamer.
So it's a way to have
Stuff
on
on
the shelf.
hand.
on hand.
Yeah.
Sure.
On the shelf.
You can freeze dry candy.
Yes.
It's
of
very
course.
expensive if you buy it. Soup. You can make your soup. Let's say you make a big pot of soup
Okay.
and you have leftovers.
Yeah.
Beef vegetable soup.
Yes.
Pour it in the trays.
Yes.
Plop it in the freeze dryer.
Okay.
And
Gotta hurry
now everything is like a powder. And you just have to know the ratio, like a cup to so much water, and you've reconstituted your soup.
Okay. So we got to hurry up. Our battery's going dead.
It
on
is.
the,
It's terrible.
So let's end this. And thanks to Rhonda for giving us this information. And she's going to bring samples. So watch for our videos.